I got diagnosed with ADHD 6 weeks before my 40th birthday, and it was just such a big relief. And I came home and my mum and Phil were sat on the sofa, and I told you I had ADHD, thinking they would go mad, saying, "No, you haven't." And they both looked at each other and went, "Mm-hmm." You just knew something was...
I wasn't surprised at all.
I've always suffered with social anxiety, and I went to see a counsellor, and because I ended up drinking a lot to quiet all the voices in my head. Because ADHD, you've got like 17 TVs on in your head. When I was drinking alcohol, it just anaesthetises you, doesn't it? And it just sort of makes you numb. And I call it the happy hour because you got the happy hour, but then after that, I couldn't remember anything. And then the anxiety and depression and fear, everything just set in. And I was sort of on a hamster wheel of drinking, hungover, depression, anxiety, but I couldn't get off it. And then of course everyone around you is drinking. I only drank like everybody else, but it was affecting me so much. And I just said to Phil at Christmas, I need to go to rehab, I need to get off this cycle because I'm going to end up in a box. And Phil was amazing, covered all the family things so I could go to Thailand for 4 weeks, where they stripped me right back down and built me back up again. And I've been alcohol-free since. And by going doing the things that I was scared of and completing it, like going out on a big event sober, it's just building my confidence up little by little. Yeah, and I feel in a really good place.
Obviously, for herself to get in the position that she's in now, it was obviously a difficult process and it took a lot of time for the diagnosis to come through and stuff. So I think her lifestyle now, her structure of her life is much better, and I think she's in a much better place, and long may that continue.
When I got diagnosed, our son, our 14-year-old Rocco, he got diagnosed a couple of weeks after I did. And he was going to be let go by his football club, and his schoolwork was down the pan, and he was doing erratic things, or because a sign of ADHD is impulsiveness. So we started the medication with him, and he is flying. He's now the captain of his football team. His schoolwork's amazing, and he's not lost any of his magic. He's still the same kid. And our bond now is even stronger. It's always strong, but because I can see when he's having a meltdown, and I know he'll just come round by himself. And
obviously the way he's come on in the last 6-12 months, he's a completely different kid. He's always been a loving kid, but obviously his attention now to detail and his schoolwork and his football. We got him diagnosed and now he's on the medication. I know how difficult it is for parents, so we're very fortunate for that.
And that's what I'm fighting for at the minute. I've been to the House of Commons because it's 2 to 7 year wait to even see a doctor to get diagnosed, which if you've got a teenager and they're having meltdowns, especially single mums and things, it's really, really hard. So I just think it's really important just to get them diagnosed. And the person who has ADHD, 1 in 4 women try to take their own lives. So it can be life or death for some people, and they're having to wait up to 7 years. Even if you don't take medication, just the awareness and seeing the other communities out there and realising you're not on your own. So my number one passion now is trying to get the waiting list down for people to get diagnosed, because being diagnosed for me was everything, from finding a community and people's tips and just feeling like you're not alone. ADHD can be your superpower, but it can also be a killer. So you need to learn to manage it the right way.